Welcome to the podcast for Extraordinary Machine Part 2. To start out the episode, we had Eli plotting his revenge for a way to get rid of Jake, and he decided to use his pills he's been collecting and place them in Jake's locker. A familiar story that has happened a few times before. When Imogen said she would help, for some reason I didn't even process it in my mind that what she was going to do was put it in Claire's locker, but it shows how much she cares about Eli and how obsessed she is. It's just funny watching her, she's obsessed over Eli, and Eli wants nothing to do with her, and then you got Eli who's obsessed with Claire, but Claire wants nothing to do with him. So it's great to be able to see, both sides. Two things I was disappointed about in this plotline was the fact of this big finale that T-Nick promised. And I'm sorry, but Eli lighting, a script on fire, it's just T-Nick makes such a big deal out of everything and, tries, to excite people and to get them to watch. But the point is, everyone who's watching, is still going to watch. No one's just going to randomly tune into the show because, there's some big finale. The people who are already watching the show are already going to be watching it regardless of what the promo says. It wasn't a bad ending or anything. I was just expecting something crazy because, T-Nick singled out, a moment in an episode, which they rarely do. Now, if T-Nick had aired a normal promo without, emphasizing the excitement level that one would experience from watching this finale of the play, I would have enjoyed it much more. I thought the ending was, good. My first thought was, is everyone in the audience going to think, that this was part of the plan? And they did, as Miss Dawes said, she liked the twist ending. The other thing I didn't like is I was hoping we would get to see Riley actually doing, a scene in the play. We did get to see him for a couple seconds, off screen and saying a line or two here and there, but, they probably filmed something but was cut for time. The Anya storyline, once again another thing I totally missed tonight, was trying out for the army, yet she has been doing cocaine, so therefore she was obviously going to fail. They're kind of wrapping up the cocaine storyline here for Anya. I doubt she's going to get a relapse and go through it all again. She seems like she's in a good place now. I think they did it justice. Anya was never going to be the kind of person who got addicted to cocaine and, like that. She made a couple mistakes. She did it a few times or, a handful of times, whatever. And, she knows what she was doing is wrong. She was in a bad place. And now here she is, trying to redeem herself with the army. So hopefully that all works out for her and she gets that second chance. And I thought, Anya's mom, from a parent standpoint, would have been a lot more upset and shocked, but I guess, her mom herself was just in shock and would have never expected her daughter to be going through something like this, so she probably didn't really know how to react to the situation. And to close out the episode, Casey and Jenna giving away baby Tyson. That final scene with the two of them together, holding each other, the music playing, was absolutely heartbreaking. One of the most heartbreaking scenes so far of the season. I wish they didn't give them up, but it's certainly going to be interesting now to see where their characters are going to go. Are they eventually going to get back together? Are they officially done? Is Casey going to try and get back with Marisol? Who's Jenna going to end up with, if anyone? So I am, interested to see what the future holds for them. I've grown to like Jenna more fondly. I thought her acting and everything has been great throughout her episodes this season, so I am curious to see what's going to happen with her. I love the Dave and Casey scene in the gym, Dave talking to him. Once again, Dave this season has, shot to a whole new level. He's been, fantastic in his scenes, and him and Casey have, great friendship chemistry, and, Dave kind of talked some sense into him, and Casey made, a good choice. Thanks for listening to the podcast tonight. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you all next week for 4 more new podcasts. Degrassi Extra. So for those of you who have listened to all my podcasts throughout Season 11, you know that I have spotted some doppelgangers of characters who have since left the show in his new batch of episodes, and tonight marked the return of Terry McGregor. In the very first scene, even before the theme song started playing, I swear I saw Terry McGregor walking by quickly in front of the camera.